Okay guys, we are in the museum, and as you can see, David's little side is getting empty, and that's because the place that we normally buy slat walls from have clearance, have slat walls on clearance.
Yes.
And they were $8, but the reason they're $8 is because they were pre-cut.
Yeah, they're an odd shape from normal.
Yeah.
So
because the normal size is 8x4.
Yeah.
Your standard like sheetrock and plywood size is a standard size for the slat wall. But these were already pre-cut. What, like 46 by 46 is what they advertise.
And they're really actually 44 by 48, and maybe that's why they have to sell them. Maybe they cut them wrong.
Yeah. So, you know, we wanted some more for this area, and at that size and for $8, you make it work.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
You make it fit. So we are moving these. We're going to take these slat walls down. We're going to put them over here, and we're going to take the other ones, and we're going to fill up this wall right here. So we'll show you the progress as we're going. Right now we're just taking everything down so that we can move and rearrange, and then with that David will be able to display more of his things, because all of these little gaps that you see, even though they look nice, that's a lot of space. We measured it and added it up, and those gaps are a lot of space.
Yeah, when you get it all together, it's more than you think it is.
Yeah, so we're going to close up these gaps. We're going to fill up this blank wall, and David will be able to display more of his stuff, and you'll be able to see, get a better idea of his collection, what he has going on, some of his interests and things like that. So we'll be getting back with you later in the process. Okay, David's getting his slat walls up. As you can see, we took 2 of the slat walls down from over there. Not quite sure the direction we're going over there yet, but we have the 2 up here. So we left this gap in the middle because it's wide enough for us to put some, we think. And now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't really look that wide.
No, it doesn't.
But it should be 10 inches. And we could put graded comics there. Graded comics are about 8 inches. So we're trying to fill up every gap, maximize all of the space that we have. And as you can see with these slat walls, he's putting the screws in between the slats. Let's see if I can zoom in, and I'll zoom in on what he's doing. But as you can see right here is a screw. He put the screws in the stud in between the slats. Now you got to stand on something else.
Yeah, I don't want the ladder. I only needed the ladder up high.
Yeah. So let's see what he's doing.
Just putting the screws in.
I know that.
Nothing spectacular.
Show the people how you're putting in screws.
Don't they know how to put screws in?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Never know.
Yeah. So he's using this towel because that screw burns his hands. See how he's going in between the slats?
Yeah, these things are made out of a type of press board, so it doesn't like to go in. Like, you know, compressed cardboard.
Yeah.
And the screws, they'll spin out in it.
Yeah.
So you got to hold it really steady. Better to hold it with something, a glove or a towel or something, instead of letting it spin around in your hand. You start wearing yourself out after a while.
Yeah, and we put what you going, like every third. This wall right here, he's able to put 3 screws in per row because there's 3 studs on this side. So he's spacing out a little more. But you just want to make sure you put enough in there, because these boards itself is heavy.
Yeah, they are.
And then it's going to be hanging. You're going to put stuff on it. So you want to make sure that it's going to hold. It's not coming down. So we'll come back once we get it up and we get a couple of more things done so we can see what we have going on. Okay, you can see we're coming along, and right now, so far, we have the slat walls on this wall. David is putting up 2 more over there, and there are 2 pieces, so you can see it's half there, then another half is going to go on top of it, and that's what we have here. You got 1 piece on the top and another piece on the bottom, and this one is what it looks like. That's the size, because again, we bought this one on clearance and they were pre-cut, and that's the size that it came in. They advertised it 46 by 46, but it's a little longer. It's like 47 and a half by 47 and a half. So, you know, we made that work. We took some off, and again, we showed you the bare wall a little earlier, and we put these up. So now this entire wall is full. We closed up a lot of the gaps, and now David will be able to put more of his figures up and display better. And this wall over here is totally done. We took 2 pieces off of the longer wall and put it up over there, and now he can fill that space up. So we're getting a lot done.
Still have some gap here, but you know, we had to consider stud placement and also the plug socket placement, because I mean, I could have tried to precision cut those, but with these, because there's a depth to it, it's like, because there's teeth and it's reversible if you look at the side, so you can't hang it upside down because there is no upside down. That makes it kind of hard to get precision cuts in through there, and I think, you know, it works.
Yeah, and before we had what, like a 30-inch gap with all of the gaps added together. It was nearly 30 inches.
Yeah,
so we closed that
there
up.
was something like 8 and 10 inches.
Yeah, and then we had a big gap on the side there, and a big gap on this corner over here. So we closed all that up. This one, you know, you have a 10-inch gap in the middle, but graded comic books will fit there.
Yeah, because I do have a big stack of these.
Yeah,
so
graded
hopefully
comics.
That should
see, and it fits right in there.
Yeah.
So if he lines that up, that gap is basically gone.
Yeah, I could. That's what I was thinking. Is just, you know,
put a row
down the middle.
Yeah. So you know, we're trying to optimize our space and do all that. So this is where we are so far. We'll show you some more. Okay, so David have all the walls up. As you can see, we have this back wall, this long wall. It's nearly all slat walls. So now he'll go back and fill that up, and he'll get more of his collection up. We eliminated a lot of space, so we only have tiny gaps now instead of those big gaps you can drive a car through. And then we also had this wall is finally done. It's not blank anymore. We had 2 slat walls there that he can fill up, and I foresee a whole lot of rearranging going on.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need to move a lot of things.
A lot of things will be moved around. We'll get a lot of new things on David's side, so this side should fill up nicely and it won't look so empty. So we will do a little tour of what his side looks like once he get these walls all filled in. Okay, we're gonna see how David is coming along with his wall. So in the last segment we showed him putting up these new slat walls, and we had an empty space here, if you could remember, and then we finally got some slat walls. The place that we buy these from had some on clearance for $8, so we bought 4, and we made it fit, and this is what he did. Now if you can remember, over here were all G.I. Joes. Now he has his, what's this, Tamashii Nations and some Build-A-Figures. And we went through all this in our little mini tour.
Yeah, just
so now
in a different place.
So now I'm just showing you how he filled up the space. And he moved his Mondo Masters of the Universe over here. And some sideshow stuff, or Hot Toys or whatever thing. But he has room to expand, not too much, but just a little bit. Then over here, he moved his Diamond Selects.
Yeah, those are kind of almost in the way. I kind of almost didn't know what to do with them because they're big and they're bulky. Mm-hmm. And they don't quite fit with the other stuff that's on there. You know, you see all the Mezcos, and then over there are some Hot Toys and QMX stuff and Big Chief or whatever, 6 scales. But everything on these 2 walls is all modern stuff. It's all from the 2000s. Mm-hmm. And so that kind of ties it together. And down there I put some of
those bigger. Now that looks good down there.
Gentle Giants.
Those Gentle Giants, the big ones that take up some space.
Same problem as the Diamond Select. They're just so big and bulky, I almost don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
So I just kind of put them down there.
So that's what he's been doing here, just getting it rearranged, filling it up, and I think it's starting to look a lot better. This is his
it's all
ad icons.
Yeah, advertising icon stuff. This is all 70s, everything except for the commemorative Doughboy and the Hawaiian Punch figure. I think this is like 97, I want to say. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 1997, and then Hawaiian Punch guy is 1999, talking punchy.
So as you can see, he has a long way to go.
Yeah, well.
But it's coming together. He's filling it in, and
this kind of shows you what we were talking about with the slat wall shelves before too. Mm-hmm. Different size shelves in different positions, and you can kind of close up all the gaps and rearrange it however you want.
Yeah, you can do a lot with these slat wall shelves. You can get very creative with it, and that's what he's doing now. And he has a long way to go.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to work my way backwards, with the exception of the advertising, because it's all 2000s there, and then I can go 80s, 70s, and work backwards time-wise. This is the only thing that kind of throws it off with the advertising icon stuff. Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
because it's mostly 70s.
Yeah, it's all about how you want to display your stuff. He has his way. I have my way. You know, everybody got their way on how they want to display what they want to say with their display and all kinds of stuff. So it has a lot to do with that.
Yeah. What way?
McDonald's one.
Cup. They have a Grimace one too, I think.
Okay, so that's all we have for this. We just wanted to give you an update on how David is coming along with the slat walls. How did that come out? And when he's totally done, we'll come back and review it and look at it. Any last words?
No, that's about it.
Okay, what we're doing is just looking to see what David's progress is. He's starting to get his little walls filled up, and as you can see, this wall has changed drastically from the tour videos, and he has some TV shows up here. We got some black
TVs and movies. Mm-hmm. A lot of this is TV and movie stuff so far.
Mm-hmm. So he's doing a lot of rearranging. He has more space now. He can spread out a little more. He hasn't really added anything new yet, but I'm sure that's gonna come eventually.
A couple of things, you know, you got Pulsar Man up there, and you know,
Pulsar Man. I guess that wasn't there before.
And with I'm really not done with any of it because I'm just kind of feeling it out. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to be era specific. Yeah. This is all 70s. This stuff is all 80s.
It's 80s right there.
Yeah, these, I know there's still a gap, but you know, this is all 80s. Mm-hmm. This is all 80s over here where the Inhumanoids are.
Yeah.
And then that's mostly 70s, but it's all advertising related.
Yeah, all this advertising. He got a new one to add. He got this McDonald's Playland set.
That's sealed.
Yeah, never been used. Somebody got it and didn't even touch it. Yeah. And we seen over here.
And that's all 2000s. It's all modern.
He got some Sideshow and Hot Toys and Mezcos and some other stuff and some Build-A-Figures and stuff like that. So he's coming together with his little wall here. But he got a long way to go. And, you know, part of the fun for me is putting it up and getting it organized and figuring out, because I like putting things up and getting things organized. So I like putting stuff up like that. So for me, that part is fun. For others, it's like, oh God, this stuff you got to move and figure out how you're going to make it
so
fit.
Much. You know what gets me is when you get a new piece and then you got to try to figure out how to work it in.
Yeah,
you know,
sometimes you got to pull a whole thing apart just to get one figure in.
Like if I got some more of the deluxe Mego Buck Rogers, I'd have to shift everything. And
you got to pull this whole thing apart.
Yeah.
So, you know, but that's part of collecting. It's never going to be...
That's true.
Unless you have just one line and you getting them bit by bit and you can just add to the end, you know. And sometimes you could do that. Other times, if you got a system... because I know with me, I have a system with my Masters of the Universe. I want certain things to be next to this person. So I would pull apart the entire thing just to work one guy in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But hey,
that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, but everybody has their way. Some people, very random, just set it on an open spot. Others, you got it in a system and you got to pull everything apart. But you know, hey, to each his own. Everybody got their way of doing things, and you should never let anybody tell you to do it different. I mean, sometimes it is a better way, you know, and that's one thing. But if it's all about, okay, this is the way I display versus you display, okay, then, you know, it's just different.
Or another way to put it, don't let people kick you in the teeth over it, because, you know, and we get a lot of that, actually, from well, not a whole lot, but we get people that comment and they say some pretty crude things about the museum. If you remember a little while back, somebody was telling us the museum sucks because we don't have any Deltovs.
Yeah.
Or we don't have spotlights on individual action figures. Where's your collection?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Yeah, because they don't have one.
They don't have one.
Or it's all boxed up in their mama's basement.
Yeah. So, you know, you do it. Don't, if somebody gives you a hard time, don't let that discourage you.
Yeah. And don't let the fact that your space is smaller than somebody else's space.
Yeah.
So what? You're in a broom closet, you paint those walls, you put up some shelves, and you put your figures up, and you make it feel like it's in a 20,000 square foot space.
Yeah, put your best foot forward with it. And, you know, you can have a small space. And we've seen a few. We saw that one guy, who is it? I can't remember his name, the German guy. And he has the Masters of the Universe. Oh, God,
yeah.
It looks like he's in, like, a laundry room.
Yeah, it looks like a hallway.
It's tight. It's real tight. But the way he's got it arranged, it looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Yeah, and there's some people out there. You just got to have imagination, and you can't let people tell you or get discouraged from critics by the critics, because there's haters out there. Yeah, you're gonna always have haters that's gonna say. Because I saw one guy's collection. He had Masters of the Universe. Oh, you're just spending all of your daddy's money on. How you know that guy spent his dad's money on whatever? Maybe he saved up his money. Maybe he works and has a job and he moved out of his mom's house.
Yeah, who are you to judge?
You know, you never know. So don't let the haters stop you from collecting and doing what you want to do. And you just do the best you can. If the best you can is, like, again, a laundry room, paint that laundry room.
The walk-in closet.
Yeah. Put some paint up. Get yourself something, a display shelf. If it's only some cabinets from Goodwill, some bookshelf, you dust it off and put some furniture polish on it, and you set your stuff up.
Yeah.
And if you got to switch it out every 3 months, switch it out every 3 months. I mean, you know, just be imaginative and don't allow people to discourage you, because that's why a lot of things don't happen. And that's why people always feel like failures, because they feel like they have to live up to someone else's expectation, and you really don't.
No.
They don't pay none of your bills.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't buy the stuff for you.
No.
So, and especially when you have a channel, I mean, there's a lot of people, they want to kick you in the head.
Yeah.
And it's like, whatever, buddy. You know, if you're so great, where's your videos?
Yeah, they don't have any.
They don't have any.
Because they don't have any figures. And if they do, again, it ain't all that great, because if it was all that great, they would show it. You know. So, anyway, we went on a tantrum.
That's all right. The, you know, it's the truth, though.
It is the truth.
So maybe somebody needed to hear that today.
Yeah.
Maybe they had a video or they had a collection, and somebody insulted them.
Yeah, and then they stopped because of it. You can't stop because of haters. You can't stop because of critics. If people stop because of the critics, we'll still be living in caves, lighting fires with rocks and flints. You know.
Although that might not be such a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah, especially this day and age. We probably would have the coronavirus locked up in the house. So, but anyway, yeah, we just wanted to show you David's progress. And when he's totally done, I'll come back again and do a full walkthrough. We probably won't go as in-depth with the tour because actually we did this section right here that he's working on, we didn't get to before he pulled it apart. So once he gets this section done, we'll do. Did. No, we didn't. We didn't do Welcome Back, Carter. And
this is where you did this section.
No, we didn't.
You did. That was the first one you did, wasn't it?
No.
When it was over here.
No, we never did this section.
All right.
So anyway,
say so.
When he get this wall done, we'll do a walkthrough of it, and he can talk about who these characters are, who is Suckerman and Welcome Back Carter, and blah blah blah. If we've done it, we've done it. If not, then you'll get to see it. Alrighty then. You got anything else you want to chomp your jaws on?
No, that's all right.
Okay.